2011 Honda Accord. We're gonna do the starter. So we're gonna remove the intake manifold. We already did the battery. We're gonna remove the intake hose, the throttle body. I just gonna unbolt it and leave it hanging over here, so we don't have to drain no antifreeze. All right, so stay tuned. All right, now we move the intake hose. Now we're gonna remove the throttle body, 4 bolts. Okay, we're not gonna disconnect the plug, we're not gonna move the hoses, we're just gonna move it out of the way. Okay, now we just disconnect these 2 hoses. They're just vacuum hoses, and we're gonna unplug this wire just to move it out of the way. Okay, so the hoses, they're gonna stay with the intake. Now we're gonna remove the screws, the bolts they're holding it. It's gonna be this one, this one, this one, this one more over here, and one at the bottom. I'm gonna take it out and I'll show you which ones are. Okay, I'm ready to finish removing the bolts for the intake manifold, and it's one more bolt that almost everybody forget about it. Is this one, the bottom one, right underneath the intake manifold, the throttle body. Is one more bolt that you gotta remove. Okay, it's one bracket down here. It's supposed to go from here to the at the end of my finger. Where's my finger? Right there. But somebody took it out, didn't put it back on. So, but it's a bracket, you gotta take that one out too. But remember, it's 6 bolts or nuts holding this thing at the top. So one is hiding down there. Don't pry it, you're gonna break it. Make sure you get that one out. Okay, now that I took those 4 bolts out, you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Use a 12 millimeter socket and just move it out of the way, and that's it. Now it's time to do the starter. So we're gonna disconnect this plug. You press and you pull. If it doesn't come out, just put a flat screwdriver right here. As you push this down, it will slide out. Don't break this, it's important. If it comes loose, car not gonna start. So it's good to have it all together. Oh look, it's coming out. Oh good, now I don't have to put the screwdriver. Now we got it disconnected. We gotta disconnect this. It's a 12 millimeter socket. I gotta go get it, give me a minute. Alright, in this case I'm gonna use a wrench to get the nut off on top of the starter. Okay, that's it, it's loose. Let's get it out of there. Okay, come on, get out. Okay, so now I got the wire out. I got the switch wire, the ignition wire, and take this little bracket off. Now you can move it out of the way. Don't pull it too hard because you don't want to mess up this sensor. Okay, now we gotta get this bolt. It's a 17 millimeter, and this one I think it's 14. The back one, the long one. Alright, that's the bottom one, 17-inch socket. Okay, now we're gonna do that one, 14. I use my 3/8 ratchet to lose it, and then I use the electric one to get it all the way out, because the electric one don't really have a lot of torque. Now it's loose. Now I'm gonna switch it, but this one is, I think I can use my fingers. It's really loose. Yeah, it's fingers. Once it's loose, I use my fingers to get it out. This one, nice. All right, now we get the bolt out of the way, put it on the side, and now you can just grab the starter and take it out. All right, this one don't look too old, but it's not good. Okay, now we're getting the new starter. Just switch it in, nice and easy. You gotta put the bolts hand tight, and then you tighten both at the same time. All right, now we're gonna tighten them up. Just get them close. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, that's tight. Alright, now we're going to tighten up the other one. It's tight. Now we're going to put the power and the plug. Okay, now we push the plug all the way in. We put the wire, and now we're going to put the nut and the washer and use the wrench to tighten them up. Don't over tighten it. You don't want to break this. You have to buy a new starter if you break this. Alright, now we'll hand tighten it. Okay, that's tight. Use the wrench to tighten them up. Don't leave it loose. Do not over tighten it. Put the boot on, because you don't want something, a screw or something fell into this, make a short. So make sure you put the boot on. Okay, that's it. Now it's on. Now we gotta put the, if you want, put a new O-rings. I don't need them. They're still nice and thick, and put it on. So now we're putting all the screws back on. Remember, it's 4 holding the throttle body and 6 are holding the intake manifold. Just put everything hand tight. You're gonna tighten up the intake manifold and then the throttle body. Okay. All right. Now we slide the hoses on and we put the clamps. All right, now it's time to put the battery back in and start it up. This, once you're doing few of them, you can do this start in 1 hour. So you know, it is a scary job, but it's not a big job. If you have all the tools and the temperature is right, in 1 hour you can get it done. And just like that, 1 hour, or actually like 1 hour, maybe 2 hours of work, you get the starter done. You know, not in the shop, we doing it on the parking lot, right where it broke down. But you can do it. Good luck.